Last time when we were on the stream, we talked about price going down towards this level here, towards this level here. So it did. Then it found some support. It bounced. It came back up to around this level, and it is now consolidated. So sometimes skipping trades is, it's a really good thing. MarketSpy. I'd like to send this out there for you guys and let you know that if you are making decisions on your own out there, right? Trying to be all macho, making decisions on your own, saying that, oh, this is something that I should be able to do on my own. I'm a big man. I've been trading for a long time. I know what to look for. I think you'd benefit by asking a question. For example, you can go to our community and say, hey, what do you think of price today according to CPR, for example, right? Now, I have been pushing DSR as your third opinion sort of thing here to show you that these levels that you're looking at are very reliable. But sometimes you can see, like right now, the chop is so great that you probably, my guess is, wouldn't know what to do if you were in here. Now, not to say that you don't 100% know what to do, but if it was me and if I was in this range, this is pretty nasty. You'd be holding on to it, and I don't know, maybe you're scalping on lower time frames, but anyways, 15 is pretty low, I would say, and it looks very choppy. Your only hope here is Ranger rails, nothing else. Technically, if you were to count candle closes, you would see that you have been below the daily open over here. So this whole day's range is coming to an end just now, and it's performing as expected, but very noisy. Knowing how markets work, I hope you're safe and you know what you're doing, and if you don't have any questions, then that is great. I'm really happy for you. But like I mentioned before, I don't know if you've been trading or not. PNL wall is kind of dry, so that's my sort of understanding that the only trader we have that's trading is I Know Nothing and Smarter. Smarter has been using these strategies quite successfully and trading multiple pairs at once, just pretty impressive. So good for them. But for the rest of you guys, maybe the trends have shifted. Maybe sharing your thoughts is not as trendy anymore in 2025. That's too bad. After COVID, there's been a shift in how people operate in the markets. And at this point, when I look at communities like Reddit, for example, and I see Wall Street bets, and they're risking money to make money. Bed Bath and Beyond, BYND stock just rocketed like GameStop style a few days ago, surging 600%. And I haven't looked at it since, but it was a community decision. There was some no-name anonymous guy who came online, some guy named Dimitri, and he's chilling out there in Dubai, right? He goes online and he's like, hey guys, fundamentals, Bed Bath and Beyond is oversold, they're floating shorts. There's like a short squeeze trade that's possible. And everyone is like, yeah, man, I hear you. I see the setup. Now they have their own system, right? They don't have what we have. And that doesn't really matter. But they see that and they start the conversation. They start talking about it. And the result, they achieve. Now there's a lot more of them than us over here. But I don't think they can be as consistent as the way that we can be. So we have been looking at these charts for a long time, and pretty much every other day you have a clean setup that I talk about. And tracking back, it's been a couple of months now, more than a couple of months since I got back into trading and came back to the resurrection stage of the community. And I'm not seeing the same hunger for making money anymore. And so this is why I created another channel, MarketSpy, and it's been dormant for a while, but I'm gonna bring it back and I'm gonna start talking about my system, MarketSpy, because I'd like to. I have been really enjoying trading these setups, and I think they're quite genius. They're quite genius when you look at it from a perspective of all the books written, all the courses available. It kind of bypasses all of that and gives you the same cumulative results that you get from being a part of those other concepts that exist. So I haven't been trading Bitcoin. I have been trading NQ. I have actually relocated a huge portion of my capital to my old dormant futures account, and I have been liking it more because I have figured out this one strategy where not MarketSpy strategy, but timing strategy, where in order to source the most out of the markets, you need to go for liquidity. You need to go for where the liquidity is. And yeah, chat is not working, guys. I'm sorry. That's messed up, man. Chat is not working. Let me see. This is another thing with me, like perfectionism, right? In when it comes to like production and stuff, like I need to know that everything is working before I go live. But these days, I don't really know. It is what it is. It's not working. It's extremely frustrating. But let me go over to YouTube, actual website, and see if I can get to the chat box, because I hear things coming in. I hear ping, ping. I hear all these clicks in the background, and all right, so I'm caught up. All right, so nothing in the chat. What's up, guys? And so my stance on Bitcoin overall, right? Let's just get back into it. I'll leave you with the goods, and then you take it from there. My personal stance on Bitcoin is bearish. It's been bearish despite those attempts to go up. I think, I have casted a ladder on tactics, trading terminal on spot, and I'm just basically accumulating Bitcoin with all of my buying power. Yay. So I think I'm gonna keep it on spot for a while, because I see that liquidity in futures is actually drying up. We don't really have that many participants. I guess like recent price swings have flushed out most of them, and so you end up with a price chart like this, which is it's tradable, but it's not enough. Yesterday, for example, I found this coin called EBA. I don't know what the coin is all about, but it has been chopping like mad. And if you were using 4-hour ATR, for example, to scoop up the lows and then do the same for 4-hour ATR to exit, there's lots of money to be made there. Obviously dangerous, and but I like volatility. I like things that move. But NASDAQ, so these morning streams of mine, which is for a lot of you guys it's evening time, they don't really there's not really, the timing is good, but it's sort of like in our niche, the market demands that we stream at a certain time. And so I think I'm just gonna switch over to New York Open, be there or be square. And once we have that New York Open thing on lock, I think we're just gonna do some live trades, pre-market assessment and stuff like that. So pre-market, my local time, Tokyo time, starts at around 5 p.m. over here, right? And you might be sleeping or whatever, but hey, this is a Wall Street thing. You want to work trading markets, you got to be up at a certain time. So this is probably my last morning stream, or maybe I'll have a pop-up stream, because I like my mornings, and this is, for me, relative to CPR, is like the pre-market, so there's like New York Open, but then there's also the daily candle open for me. So the daily candle open for me is the equivalent of everybody waiting for New York Open. So I'm gonna switch over my schedule over to accommodate New York Open, because I realize there's a lot of and tell me what you think, because I was thinking about it. If you're actively trading and not just learning, but you're actually applying some of these principles to your trading, you're copying some of the stuff here, maybe, hopefully, because that would be very beneficial if you were, I think, in my opinion, based on the history here. But then you're kind of busy, so you're not necessarily there to watch streams. So we're talking about two different things. One is action, and you watch me like a monkey in a cage, and I do my thing, and you just sideline, and you're like, yeah, let's see him pull it off, and I pull it off, and I show you how to do the futures and the TradFi. Bitcoin is 24/7. It doesn't really care. So it is still good to leave you with a setup and an outlook for Bitcoin for the future, because this is kind of like what I focus on, and trading Bitcoin is what I do for the most part. But it is starting to, for me at least, become a little stale socially, because I don't really see like our guys in Discord talking about setups or anything like that, and that just kind of, I don't mind being solo dolo pushing this, and I really enjoy doing it myself, but I also want to have some sort of like conversation around this. I want a challenge. I want people questioning directionality or confirming their own bias. And I got really, really motivated by those WSOT guys trading, and one of them was like, "Yeah, man, this is like a collective thing, you know." So if we want to make money, also me, I can't have all of my eyes on all the charts out there. If I'm watching this one ticker, whether it's BTC or Ethereum or whatever, then this is or some random altcoin that I happen to stumble upon. This is what I find, and I focus on that. But feel free to drop in, chime in, and bring some charts forward for me to look at. That would be nice. Evaluations. The other thing is, we are setting up for our first distribution back to the community in terms of. So I shared a link for Take Profit Trader, and some people have signed up. And that link, as a result, when people sign up, it generates a little bit of profit. So thank you guys for doing that, but I get to keep none of it because I'm giving it all back. So whatever accumulated up to this point, you know, I'll redistribute it back to all the members that signed up. So we have a special channel, and if you want to be included, because there's really no other way for you unless you start a whole freaking community and apply, and then they have to approve, and then they have a criteria for whether you can become an affiliate or not. So I figured, hey, I'll become an affiliate, but I'll give all the money back to the community. Like, why not? Don't tell them I said that, because that's against their rules, I think. See, they don't want the Robin Hoods of the world to live and do their thing. But yeah, I got my pro account. I got the second pro account. I'm in the stage of trying to copy trade and figure out like how that works. So I have learned all of your tricks and techniques. All you prop firm traders, I figured you out on NQ, on ES. I figured out the behavior. I know exactly what they're doing, and I know exactly what to do. And I can say that with confidence because I have been slicing and dicing, and that buffer is challenging, but it's not really an issue at the end of the day. And so what I have been doing is I have been using my phone to pass evals, to pass pro accounts and all of that, using aggressive MarketSpy setups with the market buy orders. It's literally a click of a button. You don't need anything else. There's no stop losses, nothing like that. I went full ham degen on that, and I have recorded all of those screens when I'm in my bed. It's like 11 p.m. and I'm just like, yeah guys, so now we're gonna take a look at this setup, and we're gonna make a quick couple of $100, and then bam bam bam. And I have been recording that, screenshots, accounts, the results for your entertainment, just because this can be seen as something that is new to us at Cryptopocalypse now, although not really new to me. But in terms of the rules are very strict. You can blow it up real quick. Happened to me twice, but that's in the past. I journaled everything, and I know exactly what leads. The one thing leads to another. And so, what was I saying here? Yeah, Bitcoin target remains the same. We're about 94 and lower. I don't believe that we'll be going up from here. And so, once I have a setup where we can actually but see, I have been publishing setups, and I don't know if anyone's taking them. So are you guys still interested in knowing when to buy and when to sell? Because I figured if you have MarketSpy specifically, you don't really need me, because you can look at this thing and you can easily say, even in a chop like this, what the direction is, and the rest, you can learn stop loss management and risk and techniques from so many sources out there, and then kind of build your own system around that. But directionality is very easy. Order flow, guys who trade the book, they say that's the greatest thing that they, and I feel so sorry for them, because they're like, that's the tape, that's the truth. Well, what is the tape reacting to? I'll tell you very briefly without hyping things up. They're reacting to what MarketSpy is spying on, is showing you. So when you have those clusters, those big orders come out, you better believe it is at some level that you will see on MarketSpy, that you will see on oversold momentum, because those traders are not idiots. Those systems are fine-tuned to react to what you get for free, essentially, right at your fingertips on your screens. And so none of that stuff really matters. They always say adding to your position is something that you should consider doing once you're in a trade. Nobody talks about how it brings up your average very quickly to basically, as price is rising, your average is rising with it. And unless you're talking about peanut amount of contracts, like we're talking about nothing, to be able to average. Let's say you have 500K. You're risking 5K. For example, crypto is very expensive. You have to be a multi-millionaire in order to do things as they say you should do, and then profit. Now, I'm not saying traders out there don't know what they're talking about. I'm just saying that there are nuances that nobody seems to discuss. I see these Wall Street guys out there selling courses and stuff, and great for them. But I would like to refer you to this one trader. His name is Lance B. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's on YouTube. I watched 10 of his videos. Great gentleman. Very soft-spoken, very humble. Does reviews of others. But I watched 10 of his videos about risk management, about how he's a Wall Street trader, about why he's designed the course, all of that. And I swear to God, I did not hear one thing. Like the thumbnails tell you that, here you will learn this. I did not hear one thing about what do you do about the averaging of your trades. I never hear people talk about volatility, ATR metrics, regardless of support resistance. I never hear them talk about anything specific. For example, what do you do when you're oversized and price is dropping just by a little bit, but you're sure this is just normal part of the fluctuation and is going to recover soon? You get this from me, from this channel. You have seen me talk about extreme edge cases where it's like, holy crap, if you find yourself in this situation, in the cluster of losing trades, like what do you do about these things specifically, right? In terms of like, you click here, you enter here, this is how you calculate. Nobody out there does this. So, but they spend a lot on their presentations. There's slides, there's a great microphone setup, there's like all these flashing things happening, and they're focusing on viewer retention more than the actual core message. There is no core message. They're talking 10 minutes as as required by the algorithm for your channel to be successful. 10 minutes about nothing. Air. They're talking about nothing. And so I wonder why then traders say nothing works. I mean, even psychology. People are talking about psychology because psychology is not tangible. I'll tell you something. It's not really psychology. You have it down. You have been studying psychology on your own way before you came into the markets. You have been dealing with people, with bills, with BS, with girlfriends, with wives. You have been dealing with life. So you got the psychology. You understand. You're not an idiot. The way they present it is that, listen, there's something wrong with you because the tools that you use don't matter. All you need is MACD. All you need is a moving average and a naked chart, but the rest is like you're struggling. And then you start believing that and you're like, oh, I am struggling. I don't know what to do. And that's because they're not discussing those things in depth. They're not talking about the doing. They're only there to say that, hey, I'm a $100 million verified trader using some firm. They published a screenshot, but obviously. Okay, fine. You're verified. What does that have to do with what you present for people? Can you feel your people? Can you feel what they're going through? Are you ice cold or are you tuned in to understand everybody's needs? It is quite possible. But if we just leave ourselves to our own devices and ignore each other, then the struggle will never end. So trading is a space that is quite social. There's lots going on the floor between the cubicles, between the desks. There's lots going on here. Anyways, all this to say is that there's MarketSpy channel is for that reason, because I cannot be talking about these ideas without having some sort of structured understanding of all the strategies. But in these live streams, I want you to just see, and the motto, the slogan here is that you have to realize, not analyze. So when you realize that order flow by the book traders are watching others react to this is something that they're actually using to assess where to place their orders or where to get their stops, how to calculate all this. And then you see that reflected in the book. And and when it's not, you call it algorithmic. You're like, oh, the algorithms. How does the algorithm know? You think they're just like out there basing this on nothing, on some insider information? The algorithms are like, ooh, The algorithm is looking at what we're looking at here. So this is what you need to realize. But you need to backtest this. You can't just hear that. You need to backtest. I backtested it. I'm convinced, just like everybody else is convinced with their own shit. But I need to start recording my screens every time I'm in a trade and just publish that without any sort of presentation or act behind it. But I have a new format for live streams for New York Open, and we're gonna do those things together, and it's gonna be full of action, full of excitement, full of wins, full of losses, and all that stuff. But I have a certain way of doing it, and I shall present that to you next time. This is why it sounds all rainy and sad today, because this might be the last sort of static one screen session. We're gonna go back to multi-stream setups. We're gonna go back to the pool, to the platoon pad, because those things are important. You know, when I was streaming and doing all that cyberpunk stuff, there were people coming in and like, oh wow, this is different. Holy, I'll stick around. And then because of that, they actually end up learning something. Because you have to do the dance to get the attention. Now, people have complained that the streams have been too long in the past, the videos have been too long. And then I go to Chart Fanatics by this YouTube channel. Check it out. I'm not endorsing it. I just think it's a show. And they're bringing all these top traders in with landing pages and whatnot, verified, and they're like, yeah, best scalpers, best swing traders, best everything. So they bring them on and they have a whiteboard and they're like, so when price does this, and when you see that everyone is buying here, you have to sell, right? And the guy goes, definitely, yeah, I see what you're saying. Right, and then price makes a higher high and a lower low, okay? Okay, then you put your stop loss here, and then it goes. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? And that's 3 hours each episode. Holy shit, it's 1 to 3 hours. And you're like, I don't know, what am I doing wrong? What do you guys need? I shall supply. But you gotta let me know. Is it entertainment that you seek? Like, are you kidding me? And the guy goes on to say, you know, my strategy is very simple. It's based on trend line. Only trend line? Yes, only trend line. You draw like this, and you can see. And obviously they have a historical like chart, and then they do a live trade, which is a recording of so they record their screens every day, and then they take the trades that are winning, they bring it to the episode, and they're like, here's the live trade. And then the guy is so confident and that's like every single one of them. This is not a specific sort of like, there's ICT money concepts, there's like, you know the lingo. I'm just getting into it, so I was and all these people are basically they're sounding the exact same way, and they're so serious. They're so serious. I'm easy, guys. You know why? Because I really am chilling. I have nothing to prove or nothing to do here except share my best. But they're so serious, so tense, that when the live stream or like a pre-recorded stream of their live trade starts to roll and price goes against them, they go from calm to like, I don't like this. Why would it go up? Why would it go up? Like, I just shorted, bro. I just shorted and it goes up. Are you kidding me right now? What is this? What is this? Okay, we're in profit. We're in profit. That was a close call. I don't like when that happens. I do not like when that happens, guys. I hate it. I hate it. So I'm watching all that and I go, dude, relax your butt cheeks, drink some tea. Are you kidding me? But 500,000 views, you know, and everyone's like in the comments like, this changed my life. And I'm like, holy, you know, sometimes a grain of rice can change your life. I understand, but come on, man. So today I thought, hey, what if I put my ICT cap on like this? Am I gonna like stand out from the crowd? Anyways, it's all nonsense. Bitcoin going lower, currently resting on huge support over here. I'm not gonna explain what it did and why we're here. Look at the chart. Look at DSR. You can see boom, 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 ping pong, right? Very self-explanatory. There's nothing here that I can explain to you that you cannot get on your own. But I will show you my multi chart from right over here. Is this it? So I figured we're in this channel real quick, right? Oh, so Box is in the know. Trading Comparison says I can't trade. That's what it stands for. Wow. Oh. Alright, so whiteboard is coming. Whiteboard next. I'll show you exactly. I'll reveal my strategy that I have never revealed before for the first time ever. I'll bring the whiteboard next time. And you guys will be the exclusive club to get access to it first, before anyone else. But everyone else will get it eventually, but you will be first before anyone else. Look, we're in a downward trending channel. Bitcoin is creeping very slowly, dripping. We're watching the paint dry, but I don't have a buy signal anywhere here, not yet. And unless we're out of this channel, the trajectory is down. I removed everything from intraday MarketSpy related stuff. I just want you to pay attention to momentum, which is bearish. And I think for the first time, when we have these little waves, there comes a time on every system, every indicator, when these little dots fail. I believe this might be one of those situations that we're looking at where we're going to have a waterfall effect and this thing is going to go down. If we're buying, we want to be aiming for to sweep these lows, which will set the tone for the bear market in 2026, basically, unfortunately, right? But once we sweep this low, we're going to have a significant rally to the upside. It'll be a bear rally, but nobody will know. They'll assume that it's resumption to the upside. Then we will stall for a little bit, and then we'll have an instant reversal and go back down. In my opinion, this is what's setting up. I have seen this before, and if history repeats itself, and I'm not counting on it, but I'm just ready for it, and I want you to be ready for it as well. Looking at weekly setup right here. So this is weekly, and weekly, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, by the way, on NQ. Sorry, let me just diverge. But I shorted it and instantly passed. So there was no bouncing up or down. I looked at this and I told you we have an extreme squeeze coming. Like look how thin this is. Look how thin this was. The green line and the red line. Are you kidding me? And once we broke that, right? So great move like this. And I always tell my traders, if you want to, you might see big moves intraday here and there, but if you want to be sure about a breakout opportunity, which also restricts you from overtrading every time, is look for these very thin lines. And the chosen direction will most likely be a sustained direction. Not always, sometimes it like taps these and then goes back up, but it will choose a side. And in the concept of CPR reading overall, Pivot Boss is the book that you need to read if you want to learn more about it. I haven't read it, but it's basically from the creator of this CPR. And so from Frank Ochoa, I think his name is. So Frankie goes, between the green and the red is a no trade zone. So for a lot of traders out there, for a lot of pivot players, pivot professionals, momentum professionals, they actually don't do anything at all as long as price is in between these levels, which is effectively a no trade zone. It starts from the previous high to the first support level, not previous low, support level, because it maintains like higher high, higher low structure if it's biased to the upside. Right now, CPR is biased to the downside. So there's a great shift that is happening that man, you can't even see it on this chart. But on the daily, for example, you can see how they're stacked. They're going up, 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 and now the green is starting to come down a little bit. So maybe this is NQ, but this applies to Bitcoin or any other commodity, equity, whatever it is that you're trading FX, is gonna be the same for all of them. Now over here on Bitcoin, to the end of the week, we literally have what's left right now is this support that we're on, 107. We cannot go lower than that, because if we go lower than that, we're smashing back into the ribbon over here, and volatility will expand. And I think Bitcoin is a bunch of, like, the traders that make up Bitcoin, for the most part, the majority are very impatient. So if they see that they don't have that instant pop for price, there's panic selling that's going to happen here, because they just see that, hey, we're losing the level and the bears are taking over, so they'll just add fuel to the fire, and it's going to go down to sweep the previous lows over here, and it's going to be very choppy. It's going to go back up again, it's going to go sideways, but you have extremely thin CPR, and for the first time since this consolidation and this breakout over here, you have a lower high CPR. Now that's like predicting, see, by the time that this is all done with, even if price goes up here, you are already using this system predicting that you are going to have, no questions about this, a lower high. This will be your point to exit if you're holding Bitcoin, or if you don't believe in such a thing, then just watch this for I guess entertainment, and see how wrong or right I will be, if that's what we're here for. I don't know, but all I'm saying is this system allows you to predict that the next high will be lower than the previous high. And so even if we rally up, 118.5 remains the tipping point for Bitcoin, that if you are able to overcome that level successfully, then all of this is what they call, we can label it as invalidated, and price will continue to creep up into the new all-time highs. The likelihood of that happening here is well, it is mysterious, because you are on the ribbon. This ribbon is a powerful indicator that a lot of Wall Street guys kind of, it's an average of the price. Like, what do you want me to say? If price is trending above it at a premium, people are buying it as close to the mean reversion point, which is at 50 EMA over here, which is at a premium, and it sits at 100K as the baseline. But if you're not able to hold this, man, we're gonna have a spill of our lifetime. And right now on the weekly, we're gearing up for that spill. This support is unlikely to hold. It is going to most likely go down. No matter how choppy it looks like on lower time frames, it is going to spill over. Now these CPR lines are so thin that there's no escaping it. We have fallen out of this long-standing channel. Maybe we'll go back up to retest it, but we kind of did. It went back up not long ago. It retested the ceiling and then it came back down. Once this orb in the future crosses anywhere here, that 87 Bitcoin becomes a real possibility, just by glancing over at this chart right here. So that's the weekly. Okay, weekly is hanging on nothing. That support, if it doesn't attract like some serious capital right now and reverse this price, we're going down. The other thing is, if we were to look at the channel plus look at the daily time frame against, sorry, that was a monthly CPR. That's not on a weekly. That's till the end of the month. and this is our weekly. So you see the W over here, and we have some very strong support from Ranger, and we have been bouncing from it a few times, 1, 2, 3, and so I think this is going to be a problem in the way of Bitcoin going down. So I think there's like more chop to come here, and we're floating in the middle of nowhere, but we're below the weekly over here, and we have how many more days? We got about 4 days to go. 5 days to go. It's Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we have some time until we actually reach the end of this weekly CPR. So support is immediately right below all these long wicks. That's just demand. All right. So for the short term, maybe you will exhaust the trend. The trend has been exhausted, and now buyers will start stepping in, speculating. But once they step in, like I said, even if it goes up, I don't know if they'll have the power to keep that trend alive and keep price trending and bring it back above 113 to begin with, and keep it there, and maybe have a breakout later on, and then maybe we can talk about bullishness. But for now, despite all this, I've been absent from saying anything. I went to our Telegram and I said I don't see a buy signal, and that was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 candles ago. But yeah, big moves. You're looking at 5%, 6%, every other day here. These are huge candles. And those are the kind of moves that you catch on the daily time frame. On the intraday lower time frame, like 5-15 minute, great setups. Clear, directionality clear. So, and we finally go back to our yearly one right over here, and yearly, oh, it keeps resetting. Yearly CPR is basically saying that we're consolidating under extreme resistance for Bitcoin, and we don't have a low to play against over here, so it's developing. This is why it's so choppy. But maybe if we do have a fallout, like I said in the previous all of my videos that I have published pertaining to like this consolidation, you see this yellow line right here at the trailing step? We're going to tap that trailing step, I believe, and we're going to more or less not break it, but I think we're gonna have a strong bounce up from here. And this is your 94 Bitcoin again. There's literally nothing else that you need to look forward to, because if you backtrack and test the system, you will see that these levels are, I was gonna say superior, but I'm gonna say it's the equivalent of someone teaching you how to use, for example, Profiler or some magical stuff. You cannot evade this. This is top dog indicator that people have been using. So you better, if you don't even have a system, but at least you have an indicator, go with CPR. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I know people love trading levels, right? Levels is everything. They're knife catching them. They don't know how to trade them, but they love to see them perform. And so our implementation of CPR here is slightly modified from the stock, but it gives you essentially here the stuff that you need. Oh, thank you for the hearts, guys. Much love. And yeah, so I have my own 2 drawn lines, and we seem to be stuck in this. This is my range, this is my personal range, and my personal second range down here below, okay? But this is just based on the thickness of all this. I think we're due for a little reversal over here. I just hope that people don't freak out and then panic sell Bitcoin to zero. Obviously that's not going to happen. We have institutional player stack. But I'm concerned because I have people coming in from all sides telling me that there's way too many products. There's such a thing as product leveraging. Right now, people are coming in. Fund managers are, so Bitcoin is a product, right? But check this out. They're not promoting Bitcoin. They're promoting products built on Bitcoin. And that's a problem. There's lots of leverage involved. There's lots of money exchange involved in these products. And these products like ETFs, ETPs on the London Stock Exchange recently from Bitwise and stuff like that, that is a setup for a bubble, basically, you know. Now we have AI on one side. This is a minefield of technical possibilities of how bad this could end for everybody. And they have trained and programmed you for the past 3 years on the forever up sort of mentality. And I'm gonna de-brainwash you and say, wake up. Remember all those asset managers, those exchanges that blew up? Bitcoin didn't really have to do anything. One project, one coin, Luna, and then it started to cascade from there. So I want you to be aware of the fact that they have been promoting their products built on top of nothing. Basically, Bitcoin in itself is a product that is valuable, and so just prepare to buy. That's what I'm saying. We have something to look forward to instead of being all worried and stuff like that, because unless you bought at the top, which you definitely didn't hear it from me advising you to buy from the... My only buy signal on Bitcoin was at 16K these last few years. That's it. I never said anything since. But I have been bearish on this run-up for a while now, and that allows me to be not negative about prospects and outlook, future outlook, but cautious. Yeah, it allows me to just be ready for what's to come. And what's to come is, they say this time is different. There's institutional money, there's support, there's bid levels. Opinions change, people don't. That's one thing I learned. Once a scammer, always a scammer. Once a good heart, always suffering, right? There's no helping you. Trying to be the good guy, watching everybody else spend money on Lambos and stuff. So it's your choice. It's whatever aligns with your belief system. And there's a system in everything, and this is also a system, and the system is currently broken. So I do believe that we're at the half point over here on this beautiful chart. This is my favorite. I look at it daily because I know I'm going to be scooping up Bitcoin on the low, right? When it does happen, and everyone's like, oh, wow, you know, where did this come from? And few of us will be buying instead of like wanting to short or thinking about I should have sold. I have sold a long time ago. I made some good money on a derivative trade, which I paid crazy fees on in funding and the closure. Not that bad, but it was still significant. But yeah, and I've been USDT day trading ever since. That was like almost 6 months ago or so. And we have been doing what? Doing nothing, consolidating for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. That's it. This is the ceiling, and we're facing the ceiling, and for 5 months we're not able to break through the ceiling. So what do you make of this? Do you think it's consolidating under resistance? Is that the phrase? I don't know. You let me know in the comments below or in this chat. There you go, 110K all to USDT, and we're just chilling. You know, we're just sourcing money, earning money, adding to the piggy bank so that we have dry powder to scoop it up. And I don't know. I think the demand will be there. So at 1x spot buy, you're still gonna be a happy camper and make you know, double, triple digits on Bitcoin when it does rebound. So that's interesting. That's right, JC. What goes up must come down. But they're not gonna make it. It's like what goes up must look like it's gonna continue going up, and then it must look like it's gonna start going down. But really, it's been going sideways here. So what goes up must go sideways once it peaks. I don't know if it peaked, guys. 118, and I'm bullish again. Give me that level 118.5, and I think we're gonna reach for 140. Like that, right? So once we're out of this block, which is the craziest one of them all, and we only had like one of them right here, and we're like way late into the block to have a breakout. So either we stay here and chop and just kill everybody off, and then pump at the end of the year. So so January 1st right here is the date we're gonna have that pump. This level is loading. It's kind of like it's measured, so I wouldn't be surprised if it makes it up here. But currently, this inability to overcome this basic CPR block algorithmically, and people watching these levels, and they're freaking out just because of some paint on the wall here that looks green, and they're like, no, it looks like a good level to sell. Why would you sell Bitcoin? Why is like, trust me, something's going on here. Why can't we just collectively be like, you know what, I'm just not gonna sell. I'm just gonna put the money in here, park it, and I'm not gonna sell. And then you can just keep going up without consolidating. But no, it's trader driven, and traders are like, if I don't sell now, that guy over there will. And when he does, I have to hold his bag. I'm gonna sell. And everybody's like, he just sold. He just sold. Everybody starts selling. And now we're like going stuck in here. So what are we gonna do from here? I don't know what these guys. But if you're institutions and stuff, you know, what is there to manage if you're just buying and exposing Bitcoin along, right? So when they come out and tell you that, hey, I'm warning you, look at my post on YouTube, right? Bitwise a few days ago, they're like, it's gonna go to 242, right? No more and no less, 242, guys. I'm warning you. Why would you warn me? Why are you warning me? Aren't you excited for it to go to 242? Anyways, lots to think about here, guys. I'd love to hang out with you for a bit longer, but I'm done with the lullaby. Thank you for sleeping, and tune in next time, because we're going live over there where the platoon pad is, and it's going to be a different vibe, just like back in the day. I look forward to it, and I think I'm going to structure these streams around New York Open so that we can have some action, live trading, and not be like, I'm in the morning and you're like all tired coming off, you know, the day the sun is setting. So, but New York is like, be there or be square. That's like Wall Street talking. It's like, ten, 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 ten. Are you in or you're out? And CR is gonna be in. So I'll see you guys there. I've got one more trade, and I'll record it on my phone today. Phone trading has been game changing for me on the futures. I never paid attention, but because I don't have an equivalent of tactics for futures, I was like, what am I gonna do? So I set up a specific layout for my phone on TradingView, connected my broker, and just executing trades from there. 200, 300, 400 bucks. A little tiny, I see, boop, a little signal pyramid. I go long, boop, 300, I'm out, right? It's beautiful. I love it. And I can just be riding my bike and stop on the side and go bling, bling, bam. So it's been wonderful. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. And I'll bring the whiteboard, Nacho. Thank you for reminding me. I'll actually do it for the next stream. in a few days, guys. Cheers. Adios. And keep an eye on this thing, man. It's gonna be tricky. I'm skipping this altogether. I'm sharpening my sword for the next NQ is what I'm chopping up these days. I don't want to get chopped by Bitcoin, so I'm staying away from it. It's actually amazing. I'm so blessed to be able to recognize these things and just have enough power to say no to myself. And I wish I could give that to you, but this is something that you have to develop. Uncertainty is my friend. Like, I love it. I see things and I'm like, and it's sure enough, when I look back at it, I was like, listen, if you were to actually trade here because you're like, yeah, why not? It's a new day, I gotta put a trade in. No, I'm not putting no damn trade in, because like, who needs to deal with this? Look at these flat candles. You think I got time for this? No way, guys. So try to do the same, and then try to practice some meditation on the charts, which is basically knowing that you're not knowing, and you're okay with that. You okay yourself with it. You're like, that's cool. I'll know when I'll know. Right now, I gotta be honest with myself. I don't know. A lot of traders, they BS themselves and they're like, I don't know. Stay hydrated, my friends. Till next time. I don't wanna leave, but I have to.